God is saying, I've got plans for you, but you need to get in the car and come to the party. And that is today's Morning Moxie. Welcome to the Morning Moxie Show. I am your host, Alicia Sharp, and today we have part 3 of Priscilla Shirer's message on a place of separation. And today she's talking about how God wants to surprise us, and He has so many surprises for us in our lives if we would just believe Him, if we would just come to that place of being separate. Here's Priscilla.
The worst thing in the world is trying to throw somebody a surprise party and they won't get in the car and come with you for the... Gosh, I just think that God is in the heavens going, oh, I got some surprises for you. I have some stuff up my sleeve for you you cannot imagine in regards to your finances and in regards to your marriage and in regards to your kids and in regards to your grandkids and your great-grandkids that you don't yet know. I have some surprises built up for you, some stuff that I fully intend to do for you just because you're my girl and I love you and I want to give you more. He says, I've got plans for you, but you got to get in the car and come to the party. And He says, it's in that place of separation I'll surprise you if you let me. I'll blow you away at how good and amazing I am and can be in your life. I have some friends, a couple, their daughter is my goddaughter, and they recently had a lot of transition in their life. They worked at a church, both of them a very successful church in Dallas, enjoyed pastoring there over adult ministries, I think. But the husband felt God whisper about 1.5 years ago, go away from here. It was going to mean a huge change for them. He prayed about it for a while, sought wise counsel about it. My friend, his wife, was kind of unsteady about the whole thing. These were her people. This was their church. This was where they not only worked, but where they fellowshiped. Their kids had connections there in the youth group, and this is where they'd been. This was their community, but he felt strongly that God was saying. So he obeyed, and she did along with him. Very, very, very tough year. The Lord led them to a new job. It was at a nonprofit organization where they were helping people keep their housing when they had issues, financial issues, and headed toward foreclosure. Enjoyed that job. The Lord called them to actually start a new church plant with another couple, and so they're in the forming stages of this little church that's developing in the north side of Dallas. But he said to me the last time I was over there visiting, he said, Priscilla, this has been the toughest 1.5 years of our life. He said, because I can't afford to keep this house anymore. This was the house they built when they got married, that their kids have been raised in. This is where they love being, and they can't afford it anymore. He said, I know I've done what God has asked me to do. But this hurts. He said, Priscilla, I got to tell you something. The reason why you're here in this house today, why when you came to visit us, you still came to this house. He said the reason why is because I called the realtor and I asked her to get prepared to sell this house. And on the day she was coming to put out the sign, that morning I was literally in the kitchen with a small little toothbrush sort of thing, cleaning out some of the corners because I knew she'd be coming by to check things out because she was going to be bringing people over. And while I was down there on the kitchen floor on my knees, he said I hadn't really verbalized this much, but I said just between me and God, God, seriously? This is my family. We have done what you've asked us to do, but this is so disappointing. Anybody know how that feels? So he prayed and he said, Lord, if there's any way you could help us keep this house, do it. It was the day that the realtor was coming to put up the sign. That afternoon, they had a soccer game in the neighborhood. Their kids play on the same little league team that some other people in the neighborhood play in. They were out there with all their kids. There were neighbors all around because these neighbors, all their kids played in the same little league team. He had seen lots of these people before, but not more than just waving at them and saying hello. One gentleman from one couple that lived a few houses down, came over during the soccer game the same day he had been in the kitchen, the same day that the realtor was coming up, and he said, "Hey, I've noticed the realtor coming by every now and then. Are you guys moving?" These two hadn't talked much, ever, really, other than to say hello at the games. And my friend explained to him that, yeah, they were going to have to move out. They were going to find another place to live. This gentleman, who's not a Christian, nice people, but not a Christian, he said, "You know what? My wife and I were talking the other day, just talking. We were thinking about buying another house in our neighborhood." They had their reasons. I can't remember what they were, but he said, "We were just thinking about buying another house in the neighborhood. And you know what? If you guys are going to sell your house, don't put the sign out, because we'll buy it. We'll buy your house, and we don't need it right now, but while it's available, we want to go ahead and purchase it, but we'll let you guys live there for the next 2 years or so." Surprise! God shows up and does that. The kind of stuff that when someone tries to tell you it's a coincidence, you say, oh, wait a minute, no. If I filled you in on the whole backstory leading up to here, you would know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is a God and that He is good and that He works in our favor. And so my friends have been living rent-free in the house that God bought for them. Can I pray for you? I want to pray for anyone that right now is standing right on the edge of decision, because you've heard the whisper of God say, "Come on, let's go." And you're trying to decide whether or not you're going to obey. I want to ask God to give you a holy courage, a boldness that can only come supernaturally by God's Spirit, to allow you, when you leave this place tonight, to not spend one more day adhered to the thing He has asked you to separate yourself from. And so if that's you, it doesn't matter if it's a person, it doesn't matter if it's a job, it doesn't matter what expectation you had of life, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. God is asking you to come away from something. I want you to just stand to your feet if you need specific prayer for boldness to yield to the separation.
That was Priscilla Shirer's last part of the message entitled A Place of Separation, which you can find on YouTube if you search under that name. You can also find out more information about her at her website, goingbeyond.com. That is all I have for you today. I pray that God blesses you today, that you choose to take that step, if you need to be separate from the things that God has called you to be separate from. It's a big step sometimes, but it is so worth it because God's got great things for you. Have a great day. God bless.